Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special edition of Elden Ring, because I am not going to be playing for a little while at least. Instead, I am handing this controller off, even though you can't see me, to my cohort, Rethis Sunstar from the Old School Gaming Podcast.
Did I just select something? Oops.
Yeah, you went into the character gen.
Okay, we're going to have to get here anyway, so that's all right.
Yep. It starts the character gen before the opening cutscene, so you're good on that. So if you press triangle, you'll be able to see the stats. You won't need to press the help button. I can tell you pretty much what everything here is.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yep.
What's up, people? I'm here with the Warhamster. This is a great pleasure to do. You are about to watch me fail at this game a whole lot, because this is my first time really getting involved with a Soulslike. I played Dark Souls. I had some issues with it. That's me. That's me. Same way that I have an issue with Breath of the Wild, and I guess I'm the difficult one to deal with. So we are going to look at this game because I did actually have a chance to play the beta test, the network test, and what I immediately saw that I liked the game, and I was like, okay, don't need to go further. You've convinced me. I'll buy it.
And I'm going to give him a little bit of guidance at the start, but as this is Elden Ring and it is such a great open world, I'm going to let him mainly explore where we're going. And I'm going to be fair, since he's not much of a Souls guy. He gets 3 lives to every 1 I get. So we should start off by letting you know what everything here is. So Vigor is your HP. Mind is both your focus points, or MP, and how many spells you can attune to your character. Mm-hmm. Endurance is your stamina and also your equip load, so the higher your endurance, the better you are at moving quickly in heavy armor. Strength governs strength-based weapons, also how good you are at equipping heavy armor as well. So if you want to play a heavy armor, you want to go for a lot of strength. Alternately, dex, better for light weapon users, projectile weapon users, and light armor users. Int is for your sorceries. Faith is for your miracle kind of spells. Arcane is basically your luck stat. It ups some resistances and your item drop rate.
So intelligence is mage and faith is cleric?
Yes, exactly. And you have a bunch of starting builds, as you've noticed. I know you are not a fan of not starting with a sword, so most of these guys all have swords. You can actually kind of see what their starting items are. Obviously, the samurai is more of a dex based, but he's still got really good strength. If you want to go with just a blank slate, you can just pick the wretch.
Oh, no. I'm leaning towards samurai because I like the fact he's got a bow. How useful is the bow?
Bows can be incredibly useful in any Souls game. It all is situational, of course, but if you want to be sneaky and be a sniper, since this game has a bit more of an emphasis on stealth, you can definitely do that.
Okay. Because I'm thinking, like, when we played Ghost of Tsushima, that was... I ended up being more an archer than I did end up being until we got right in the end of it. And when we were at the end of the thick of it, that's when, like, I had to bust out the samurai moves, and you and I were the ones left standing.
Yeah.
We were with 2 people who were way higher level with better gear, and we were the 2 who were left standing.
They're just that good. But yeah, so like if we're looking at these 3 that you have up here, the prophet is obviously like the cleric. High faith. Your samurai is kind of your overall warrior, favoring dex because katanas are dex-based weapons. They scale to dex in these games. The prisoner seems to be more of a mage, but he does start with a longsword and a weird-ass mask.
The prisoner's got some cool shit going on there.
Yep. Confessor there is, again, a little bit more of a cleric.
Ooh, I super want that. Good endurance, decent strength.
Strength and dex is max, really high faith. alright hit points.
That's sexy.
It's a good starter. And if you wanna experiment with miracles at all, like, that's a great way to go.
Normally, like, my go-to is a paladin, but one of the things I had to actually, like, really, and I guess this is a good way to actually introduce your opinion into this, is, okay, I played Morrowind badly. So, I got my ass handed to me every second in that game. And why? Because when I started the character as a paladin-style class and bought all the stuff that should go with a paladin. So I emphasized on sword and healing and didn't take any of the magic skills. At some point, our friend Chaosbreaker walked up to me and said, "What are you doing? You have to go to the maid school and you should have at least a few of the magic skills, like alteration and a couple other things. It helps you level." So that's where I'm like wondering, like,
Well, this is totally different from an Elder Scrolls game, thankfully. So Confessor, if you're wondering what those 4 items are and why everyone has the same final slot, you start with a broadsword. Looks like a small, light wooden shield that'll be good for parrying. That finger clipping thing, which is actually a finger clipper if you look at the description, is for casting faith-based spells. And then the final item, which everyone has, is a warp back to the nearest site of grace you had at the cost of all of your runes, which are your souls in this game. You will never use it.
okay, you really want to avoid using that because it's
like
the price is too much.
Yeah, as soon as I can, I always replace it on my D-pad hotbar with torrent because it's assigned to the up button on the D-pad, and that's just the best way to summon your horse.
Okay, yeah, that's classic. So you're gonna tell me how to do that.
Oh yeah.
Let me take a quick look at everybody else. The astrologer's cool. I'd like to actually like tool around with that, but I don't think that'd be entertaining.
Astrologer is like an int dex build, so you'd be using like more sorcery type magics, less like healing and faith-based type magics, but and you'd be wanting to use like lighter weapons. It's actually not bad. Just the hit points make it a bit of a glass cannon.
Yeah, I feel that. So,
Vagabond is what I started with. That is a great all-round starting class, but the one downside is the armor he starts in is very heavy. So he's the one guy who starts with a heavy load, which means you're guaranteed fat rolling right from the start until you start beefing that endurance.
Okay, so explain that to me because I don't know. I've seen that online.
Okay, so with item encumbrance in these games, the heavier the armor you have, if you're have a lower stamina or in previous Souls games vitality.
Sorry guys, welcome to the tutorial.
Yeah, affects how you roll. So a light armor character, like say the hero, is going to be what we call fast rolling. So his roll is really fast, like can get you out of the way really quickly, doesn't cost as much stamina. If you're in heavy armor or medium armor, you'll either mid-roll, so kind of in between the two, still kind of good for getting out, but slower, or you'll fat roll, which is kind of like, I fall over and roll out of the way. You need to be good with your timing when you're fat rolling, and it takes more stamina. Now, even if you're beefing your endurance, since that covers your equip encumbrance, higher your endurance, the less likely you are to fat roll in heavy armor. But he will start fat rolling, guaranteed. Like, overall, with what we're looking at, and what you want, I would say the Confessor might be a good start, or the, well, you wanted to try the dual wielding, so the Warrior is also really good, because he starts with dual scimitars. Or she, because I know you usually play female characters.
Okay, what's happening with the sexiness here? That's a pretty high intelligence. You could go mage with that.
Basically, you need minimum 10 in faith or intelligence to be able to do anything. So that's actually the base.
Okay.
That's the baseline. That's why if you look at the Wretch, it's spec to level 1, and all of its stats are 10.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I see. But for the purpose of this, let's actually do something. I'm gonna go with the Confessor.
Yes. So type B is your female character. So you do need to enter a name.
My female character's names. How do you capitalize?
Oh, L2 is shift.
Is Ver Veronique.
Veronique, the Confesseur.
I promise I would use a French accent the whole time.
Neither will I swear.
You love mocking the French, so I highly doubt that that's actually going to be true. Confessor.
So that you can actually, without going back to that first screen, if you wanted to switch your class, you could do it right there.
Yep.
Age, you could be young, mature, or old, or aged.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Keepsake. I picked the sword keys as mine. I haven't found a place to use them yet. But basically, you can pick a starting gift. So, Crimson Amber Medallion. Medallions replace rings in this game. It's a medallion that basically gives you slightly starting better HP. Consumable souls, or runes. So, consumable experience that you can crack if you need an extra boost.
Oh, that's a consumable.
Yeah, pretty much almost all of these are consumables. Like, that's a consumable that basically...
What's not a consumable?
The medallion. As far as I know.
Inlay going to increase maximum hit points. So I would get to keep this forever,
Yeah,
technically.
that's a medallion. Like, either you'd throw it in your store box, sell it later, or you'd wear it until you find something better. Or that you like better.
The golden seed is said to reinforce sacred flasks. Sacred flasks is what you use to heal.
I see what that means now. So sacred flasks are what you use to heal your HP or magic. That will pretty much guarantee that when you go into sit at a point of lost grace or bonfire, one of the options is to manage your flasks. That, I believe, will get you an instant +1 flask, so it'll heal better.
Okay, but is this consumable?
Yeah, but it makes your flask permanently better.
Okay, that's decent. That's
yeah,
a good thing. Okay, don't want to get too in the weeds.
Yeah,
we don't want to get too in the weeds.
Crackpot is a distraction. Stone sword key looks like it's some kind of consumable chest key. That's what I started with. I'm thinking I should have gone with the crackpot, but oh well. Bewitching branch with beguiling power, said to originate from demigod Michaela. 5-piece boiled prawn boosts physical damage negation temporarily. Crazed likeness of an... Oh, so that's a summon NP. Like, basically, unless you're if you're in certain areas, once you get a specific item, you can summon spectral enemies, basically like a necromancer, to fight for you or act as a distraction. That's what that is. So that would also be a permanent item.
So the boiled prawn?
No, the Shibari's woe.
Oh, okay. But this attracts enemies' aggression.
Yes.
Creates someone whose eyes been catch attracts enemies' aggression.
Basically, you summon that noble, so he will act as an aggro magnet.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I'm gonna just go with the maximum health.
Cool.
Makes it easy.
Yep. And then you have base templates. And if you want to go into fine detail about what you want the character to look like, you go into detailed appearance.
Okay, not gonna spend a lot of time on this. What are my choices here?
Quite a lot, actually.
Not gonna go too far, just gonna check out like hair options and stuff like that.
As with all Souls games, you get both male and female hairstyles available for no matter which gender you pick.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. And that's awfully dark for brown.
It's more like a dark red or dark rose.
So I want to be kind of auburn. You know what? I'll go a little anime on it. Sure.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, luster, root, darkness, how many white hairs are mixed in. Very shiny.
Can I just like, yeah, there you go. I'm not worried about the hairs. Not worried about the eyebrows.
Very black eyebrows, or eyelashes. Hello, the Jukashu. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have caught us with our buddy Rethis Sunstar. He's making a new character, and this is pretty much a rare treat. Doesn't usually do soul games, so there might be a lot of cursing coming up soon.
Cosmetics, eyeliner. Yes. Eyeliner color. I'm probably going to want to change stuff afterwards, but let's go with your green, my dear. Hot red. Not so hot red.
I think if you want hot, you'd be more at the top.
That's more what I want. Oh my god, I made lightning.
Almost. Oh my god, I just noticed that.
That was so not intentional. You know what? Okay. For the purpose of time, the only thing I would like to do is... Okay. The abdomen. No, this is just how fat. Not length. No! Stay where you are. Is there a way to adjust the length or no? Butch? Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're in our area.
Hey, we're in a George R. R. Martin universe.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention. Like, I'm putting myself at the fickle hands of George R. R. Martin's storyline.
Yes. Well, actually, no. George R. R. Martin mainly took care of the Boss Lords. Still Hidetaka Miyazaki's storyline. By the way, the Jukashu is really digging your Lightning Farron realness. Or maybe like Florence Welch in Battle Gear. I like it.
Florence Welch? I don't know that reference.
We have a reference that is going over our heads, the Jukashu. Would you care to elaborate?
Okay, so do I have to save the favorites? Or?
No, you don't. I think you can just press circle to go back.
Don't want to do that again.
Yep,
Okay.
there you go. Finish.
Okay, and then she's fully covered up as we expected.
Yep. All right. Boom. Opening cutscene time. This is epic.
So scared.
You'll be fine. And again, thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in, checking this out. Very much appreciate having y'all here.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
I want to see if you have that color banding when I actually check on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it. I have to play it again.
The great Elden Ring
Oh, so you're going in like completely
was
blind.
shattered.
Awesome.
In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found.
Really, the internet's not mad about.
And
all
in
the
the
women that we
night
have to
of
say.
the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering.
Oh, that's tasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that looks really good, eh? Great art in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy design is
from which no lord arose.
Oh no, it's one of the things I think super improved over Dark Souls was, and that's part of the reason why I was intrigued
war
enough to come.
leading to
Literally, the
abandonment
art is fantastic.
by the greater will.
Oh, and apparently Florence Welsh is the singer from Florence and the Machine. We'll have to find out.
Rise now, ye tarnished,
Still lost. Sorry,
ye
my
dead,
friend.
who yet live.
Yes, tarnished
Call of
arise.
long lost grace speaks to us all.
Now, in true Souls-like Hidetaka Miyazaki Souls-like fashion, we'll go through all the bosses, main bosses we're gonna find and kill.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater,
Died from eating too much dung.
and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
There are gonna be a lot more, but those are probably some of the major lords we'll find.
Sir Gideon sounds very cool. The others seem like variations of the Warhammer universe. The Dung Eater, Nurgle.
And
Maybe.
one other
All right.
whom grace would again bless,
That would be you, good sir.
a tarnished of no renown.
Oof.
Actually, being famous is
Cross the
not a good
fog
thing.
to the
That means people come
lands
looking for you.
between,
Mm-hmm.
to
like the
stand
cloak.
before the Elden Ring
Are you ready
and
for your
become
quest
the Elden Lord.
to become an Elden Lord, Rethis?
Pretty sure I'm not.
That is an emote that it just gave you.
Alright, now we said... why is he attacking stuff?
Oh, that is a ghost of another player.
Oh, we gotta change that shit. That shit has to be changed.
That will never stop. The game is perpetually online, unless you play in offline mode.
No, that's not what I mean. Where is the system? We need you.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Oh, yes, I'm so one of those people. There you go. Now it makes sense.
Okay, we'll be switching that every time I go back. Or I'll just learn to live with it and then switch it back when
You know
I go back
what?
to my game.
Julius started inverted, and then he would switch back. Like, he would just deal with it, and he eventually learned to do both, and he's like, okay, I'm tired of switching it.
Hello, Pup Twilight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome.
Guess I'm pillaging remains.
Yes, you want to pillage those remains.
Okay,
Basic-
let's jump. Let's...
Use item.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
That's use item.
Okay.
Don't worry about any of that. The main things you need to worry about right now, L1 is your block, R1 is regular attack, R2 is charge attack, which can be, or power attack, which can be charged.
Is there a timing on the...
On the block?
Yeah.
No. However, there is a timing on your parry, which is L2.
Aha.
And then circle is dodge, backstep, and you hold that to sprint.
What character was he playing that he had the, like, fencer style?
That's a good question.
Huh? For future.
Yep.
Oh, she smashes through shit like a bad bitch.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Okay, I got an idea. Alright, so do I read the message?
No, you don't need to. That's just a player left message. But you want to pick up that glowing item on the corpse.
Oh, move past that.
Triangle to pillage remains. Tarnished Wizened Finger. Basically, it allows you to leave those messages.
Okay. And is there anything else here that I care about?
No.
Alright, let's get out of here. Can I sprint?
Yes, hold circle.
Okay.
Also, in this game, you don't burn stamina when you're running, like other Souls games.
Oh, how nice.
Unless you're in direct combat.
So running away burns the stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is this touch bloodstain nonsense?
Oh, basically other players' bloodstains, if you touch it, it doesn't seem to be working right now, because nothing appears, but usually you see the last moments of another player's death.
Yeah, I'm getting a very worried on Ariella vibe here, and I'm going to try and move the camera slowly while this die.
I love how this place is called the Chapel of Anticipation. You do not want to listen to any of those messages. They all tell you to jump off.
Oh, good. Because that sounds like a Falling Lemmings thing. Is that the internet trolling people already?
Oh, Dark Souls community is tons of trolls. Love it.
Well, I'll let you guys have it. That's for you guys.
Plenty
right.
of fingers to help us along here, the Juke issue, especially since summons are known as curled fingers. If you're summoning other players for help.
Interesting graphic glitch.
Oh, what, the bloodstain kind of just hanging there?
Yep.
Yeah, it happens.
Very pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Very, very pretty.
I'm wondering if I will ever
Try to
come back here again. The Erd tree up there in the back. I'm pretty sure that is a statue of Marika. Oh!
Okay, is there a lock on?
Yes, R3. Click it. Click the right stick.
Okay, good.
I was hoping you put up a better fight than that.
She hit me once while I was like trying to figure out my blocking thing, and
Ah, yes. Well, don't worry. Now you're in the tutorial proper. In pure FromSoft fashion, you get one chance to kill that thing, and if you do, you actually apparently get a badass sword and shield as a reward.
oh, son of a bitch! I'll do it next time.
Yep. Well,
Actually, I don't think. Well, that means I'd have to restart like over and over and over again while I learn our attack patterns and.
New Game Plus as well.
Okay. Come on, bro. Wake up. Oh, this is gonna be a
There's your steed.
Who's a good boy?
You don't get him yet, though.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side.
And there's your waifu. You don't get her yet.
We found her here after all.
I'm killing things. I can wait on that one. Just the horse is kind of necessary to get there.
Yes. Yes, Pup Twilight, you are a very good boy.
One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Interestingly, they didn't make the binary choice where I'm playing female and they made it a husband.
Nope, they didn't.
Interesting.
Maidens are a big thing for the Tarnished. Funny enough, they did that in Dark Souls 3 with the character of Henri. If you play male, Henri is female. If you play female, Henri is male. And this is actually where the network test started, as you remember. And Tutorial Cave is still just down there.
Let's go back to the tutorial cave because I need to remind some shit.
But they also added that new ghost dude that you can talk to. There. Now when you press square, you will heal. You also have 1 charge for your magic flask as well, which is the blue one. Press left and right to cycle through them. Or wait, no, down cycles through them, sorry, on the D-pad.
I see. And, okay, so can I switch this? Yes. Okay,
Yes, so that's your cast. You have urgent heal. So now if you press L1, you will heal yourself.
Okay, so let's switch that back to that, and then sword is...
That's all you have in your right hand right now.
So I do have a backup set of gear for if I want to be able to attack faster or heavier.
Yep, you can equip up to 3 items for each hand to cycle through.
Okay. So,
You should talk to that guy. And don't worry about that item. You'll get it later, maybe.
Thank you for making me not waste time and searching for something.
Brave Tarnished, take the plunge. Take it.
Okay,
Go on,
well,
right
he's saying to do it.
Of learning and remembrance.
Before I do that,
You just want to examine the tree?
I'm not just examine the tree, I'm just going to take a look around.
Okay, that takes you out.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it does. Yep. And I'm not ready to go out yet. Because he told me to go there first. Alright. So I'm just going to... Oh.
There's a safe ledge up there too. But this at least
No.
teaches you to press square to heal.
Well, I could press square to heal, or I can do this.
L1. Left bumper. Yeah, you can do that.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's the paladin style.
Damn right it is. Alright,
I
there's your
just-
first sight of grace. You're gonna get a bunch of tutorial pop-ups.
Okay, so, yes.
Bonfire.
Basically, you are going to explain to me anything of those little areas, like, when it comes to pop-up,
Yeah.
for the purpose of...
Speeding things along.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
just-
if basically if
now
you
I
rest,
want to. I'm gonna rest because that's supposed to give me back. Does that give me back my
that'll
points?
replenish everything. Well, of course, whenever you rest, it also resurrects all enemies that aren't bosses or mini bosses.
Okay.
With this game, pastime, you can move time because of course we're on a day-night cycle. Flasks, you can go into like manage your flasks, as we said. Memorize spells is where you attune. You have 2 spells, so actually pressing up will cycle through those 2 spells that are both equipped. Assassin's Approach. Press square. Oh wait, no, don't press square. Sorry, never mind.
So I have the ability to go invis, some kind of invis,
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing that is.
and then urgent heal, which
Yeah.
is. my
And if
go-to.
you get other miracles that you want to put in, that's how you manage that.
That sounds very badass, like ridiculously badass.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Sword chest, basically, if there are items that you feel are cluttering your inventory, drop them in your sword chest.
Okay, there was a guy online who said like I've beat the game like 5 times and I still have not had to use the chest.
I don't know who's beaten this game 5 times already. Like, I know that it's
Hey,
30 hours
man.
minimum if you rush the story, but if you do that, you're not playing this game right. In my
Okay.
humble opinion.
So, is there a way for me to see my health bar right now?
It's dynamic, so it pops up when needed and in combat.
Can I force it though?
Press left or right on the D-pad, I guess, or up or down, anything like that. No, that just brings up your items, so no, don't worry about it. You're at max everything anyway.
That looks like a thing I'm gonna have to kill.
Oh yeah, and don't worry, he's pansy.
You say
See,
that.
R3 to lock on, R1 for one-handed. Oh, you're right. To go to two-handed mode, you have to hold triangle and then press R1. And press R1 now. There. That's how you two-hand and un-two-hand things.
Okay, cool. I can see that being Why is there 2 of them?
So you can kill them.
But he doesn't notice me. As long as they're standing here, he's not going to pay attention.
Yes, which makes him an easy target.
But if I hit this guy, does that mean he pays attention?
It means he's probably gonna die.
I get that. I'm just...
Yeah, he'll pay attention to you. He's not that much of an idiot. He's a zombie, not a statue.
Oh, man, dude, this is Dark Souls.
Yeah,
like,
so, kill him.
Bad guys were...
See? I told you. He'll die.
Oh, wow.
You're two-handing, so you do double damage at the sacrifice of not having a shield. R3 to lock on.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're going to have to remind me of that a little bit.
Guarding. So you'll want to put your shield back up if you want to do that. You can guard with a sword, but you will take chip damage.
Okay. Or I can just... Oh, you didn't die! Here, have another.
Yeah.
You can avoid an enemy by dodging, which the classic dodge.
Yep. There we go. Moons Jaffrey says you got them. She believes in you, so do I.
Oh yes, a backstep. No, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck, I'm so used to X being like...
Nope. It's right,
square.
it's right bumper and right trigger.
Okay, I feel that. I just hate having the general attack button. Can you change that?
I believe you can. You're a weirdo.
I'm allowed to be weird.
Yes,
Everybody's
you are.
allowed to
Everyone
be
can
weird.
be special.
Okay, what does X do? X is jump.
X is jump.
No, but what does square do?
Square is use item.
Okay, let's not put that there because I already wasted a potion that way. No. Stop that nonsense. That should be... You know what, actually, I'm okay with that being R1.
This is going to confuse the hell out of me.
It's just... Use the square button to attack, man.
Oh, man, when I finally pick up this controller, this is going to just be so weird.
Okay,
Inverted. The buttons
Can't you
are
just
switched.
go back to default?
This is what you come here for, the comedy of errors.
Oh yeah, that no. You have to try that, Dan.
No, I
Whoa,
don't. Well, I'll try it
what's
soon. I'll try it soon. Don't worry about
What
it.
is shooting me?
He is.
Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. Where are you? How did I get up to you?
Oh, you'll
you
get
just
up
shot
to
me.
him.
And I'm unhappy with the fact that you shot me. This left trigger.
Yeah. Right, since you're two-handing, left trigger. Yeah, it's left bumper.
Left bumper.
Elbow.
Thank you. I'm gonna make you pay for that, and I don't know how to find you yet.
Oh, you'll find him. You're gonna want your shield out.
And then remind me how to do that.
Left on the D-pad. And left trigger is parry. Yeah, that's your block. I'm gonna teach you something. As soon as he hits you while you're blocking,
Beat him up.
hit right trigger as soon as you take the hit with your shield.
Right
just
trigger?
block. Yeah, just block. Don't bother to time it, just block. What,
Okay,
you
bro.
need to provoke him? You have way more patience for these guys than I do. I am so hyper aggressive when it comes to this. There. And like if you were in closer range, I would say as soon as you take that hit, press the right trigger and you do a follow-up counter attack.
Yeah, but I want to feel that. I want to feel that parry. I like doing. Come on.
You can always hit him to bait him into attacking too.
Yes, you can, except for your animation is not.
Disagree. You can be faster than that.
Okay, I hear you. Come on, bitch. What's your problem?
At this point, I would have just like jump attacked him and like broke his posture. But then again, I've been playing this for a while now.
Well, I want to get the parry down.
Yeah, there are more interesting enemies to take the parry down with. There, he broke his guard. You could have actually, like, critical hitted him there if you walked right up to him.
You're boring.
Yes, he is very boring.
Oh, more of you. Okay. Well, let's talk to you. 1, 2, and then you. 1, 2.
There you go. See? Hey, there's the guy who shot you.
Oh,
He shot you again.
Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, I'm totally digging that.
Yep. Alright, so this tutorial, yeah, teaches you how to use your skill. So if you're two-handing your sword and you press L2, you'll do what's called a square off. So you'll go into a stance where you lift your sword up. Mm-hmm. From there, R1 is a guard break strike.
Okay.
And R2 is a huge lunge forward and stab.
Okay.
That's with any straight sword, like the sword you're using now. You have to be two-handing, so hold triangle, press R1.
That's right. That's what I said.
Or, sorry, square. Now, because you changed it.
No, okay, so square.
So hold triangle and press square. Because you changed your attack to that. There. And now if you press L2, you see you'll go into a stance. And then from there, right or square will be your guard break, and right trigger will be a lunge. And remember, right stick to lock on.
I did do that right?
Yeah, you did do that right. And then if you do, just so you can test it, L2, R2. So with enemies who are holding up their shield, that square off R1 is a great way to break their shield and immediately open them up to a crit strike.
So the only way to switch to two-handed mode is to do the...
Yes. Usually it would be hold triangle and press R1, but you're the one who wanted your light attack on square.
Sir, no. Put that in your hand and try it the way I just did it.
Honey, I've been playing it the default way since 2009.
Come on,
it's
sexy.
fine.
Come on, just try it. Just try it.
That feels weird.
No. Okay.
I feel violated.
We haven't even got there yet. Not that kind of street.
More booze!
Try,
all right, fine.
Try switching to two-handed mode. You'll see.
Yeah, that's not bad. Grant you. Right, so left... that camera is bad, though. So, clicking the left stick will get you to crouch, which is your stealth, and you can sneak up behind that guy and backstab.
It wants me to read a message.
Press square. Just stab him in the ass. Without lube!
This went strangely sexual very, very early.
You have no idea how weird that felt to Jukashu. It's like almost over a decade of Souls training. Just like, what is this? I'm done.
I guess I was supposed to sneak through the bushes too.
Stance breaking. So charging or jump attacks with R2 are a great way to break an enemy's posture and open them up to a instant crit.
Okay, yeah.
Is basically what it's telling you. There. And then walk right up to him, light attack, and that's gonna kill him. Or while he's staggered, you just kill him anyway.
Okay, so there was an insta-kill option.
Yes, when you see them go down on their knees, if you walk right up and press light attack, you just stab them. So Stake of Marika is basically a non-bonfire checkpoint. You can't level or anything at them, but you have the option when you die to restart there instead of at the last site of grace you hit.
Alright, how do you activate them?
They are automatically active as soon as you pass them. Okay. So you're going to want to put your shield back on now, because this boss teaches you how to guard counter, and if you guard counter him properly, you will kill him literally in 2 hits. He is not a boss, he is a pathetic teaching tool.
Okay. So the interesting part is that like while I can do this, like I can do this little roll to switch back. You can also do you can just hit like get your stuff.
Yep.
Do that stuff too.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I still think
There is a
square
madness
button
to
should
your
be
methods.
attacked.
I will not debate that. All right. Remember to lock onto him. Now just keep your shield held, and the second you hear that hit connects, just hit R2. You don't have to do any real timing. Just hit. Well, you have to keep your shield up. And then hit R2. Now, square. Oh, you didn't get the crit, but you killed him. That's how you guard counter. As you saw, you heard that like dong, and he went on his knees. That's when you can crit kill him.
How does that work with the double swords though?
You can't do it with double. Actually, no, you can. Oh no, you dual wielding you can't. Two handing you can still guard counter because you can block with the single sword, but you take chip damage.
But then dual wielding, you should still have the same thing.
No,
Oh,
there's no block
because now it's attack.
Yeah, because they're both attack.
You're all glass cannon at that point.
At that point, you're relying on your dodging.
Yeah.
And they made the iframes and hitboxes in this game honestly super tight. So really now, whenever you dodge, if you don't get out of the way, it's your own fucking fault.
Oh no, I'm feeling this much better than Dark Souls.
Oh, you haven't even gotten out of the tutorial cave yet.
I know, but like technically, the whole Dark Souls had its own tutorial cave, right?
You know, I think I'd used to have my name thrown out after saying that felt oddly sexual and someone brutally stabbing my the Jukashu. I love you for so many ways. And thank you for the feedback, the Jukashu. It's very much appreciated.
What is new strength?
Oh, it's an emote. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you can head out.
Yes, you can point directions. That's cool.
Well, that was actually the point forward emote, which you can do using the motion controls. So yeah, you just jump off where you got that item and you're done here.
But I don't want to hurt myself again.
You won't. That fall damage won't hurt you. That will kill you. No, my God, it didn't kill you. But now you have to run through here again, because you just... Here. Can I see that for a sec?
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Alright.
It's okay, you can take over for a moment.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Just sprint through. Just run through.
Don't think I'm ready to kill.
We just need to get to the fireworks factory. Even once Joffrey is telling you to head out.
I'm going. My dear, how impatient are you?
She's more patient than I am.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Definitely. Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you for that. I mean, she even used 3 exclamation marks, so, like, you better get moving. You don't want to impress the misses. You don't want to unimpress the misses.
I set the expectations that this was going to be the most unimpressive gaming that I've ever done.
No, you'll be impressive. Just a quick side note on the detailing. I love the fact that not only can you see the blood stains on your cape, but also the mud stains as well. It's just a nice touch.
You know what? They do it without making me look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that.
FromSoft has always been great like that. And yes, I know you're very vain with your RPG characters.
Super
you love
vain.
to look pristine.
Super vain. I actually, not just RPG characters, Halo Infinite, if, like, you start off with this crappy suit of armor, and I so couldn't take it, so I'm like, here's your $10.
Yeah.
Shut up, I'll buy one of the, they have the...
See? That's how they get you on microtransactions.
Oh, yeah. They have the clans, the competing clans have their own suits of armor that you can purchase.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that one looks cool. I'll go with that one until I can earn more shit. Now I have my Cyber Samurai. I'm very happy.
Also, I do have to, since we have a lot of people on this stream, shout out both Rethis and his lovely, lovely girlfriend, Muns Joffrey, once again, because they gave me a very nice early birthday present, which is both a blessing and a curse, because basically they gave me the ability to actually be able to purchase and play Sifu.
Oh,
So now I have far too many games to play. I mean, I've still got to go back and finish Disco Elysium. I'm balls deep in this. I'm balls deep in Horizon Forbidden West. I've still got a Dark Souls 3 run to finish. And now Sifu, which I am dying to play. Thank you so much. I can't wait to play Sifu. But this game is still going to take up so much of my time.
We're gonna. I guess I'm going to be a little selfish on that because I want to see this game.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay, so given the time, I'm gonna do a little bit more running. Actually, no, I'm at the Grace. How about you take over?
No, because you've got to get out into the world and actually experience the game for real.
Oh, but I've been out there. I ran around. Oh, I do it all the time. Every time. Now I have to remember how to bring it back.
Oh, there's a lever right there where the
Yep,
message
there.
is.
I've done that 3 times. Honest to God.
Well, hopefully you can get some good seafood, because seafood is more Audio Boy's thing, less a me thing. I'm more of a meat from the land kind of guy.
I don't like having mud on my face.
It's blood. It's your enemy's blood. You smattered yourself in it.
You dirty bastards. Splashing me with their blood.
Still one of my favorite friggin' open world reveals. So story-wise, you want to go that way. Typically, that is the way to progress to each area, is by doing the legacy dungeon. However, I actually found a way to completely bypass that. Like, if I wanted, I don't have to see that. And I'm wondering, go there to see the next area, and I'm wondering if you'll find the thing too. You're going to want to hit that site of grace behind you. Now, like I said, I'm not going to guide you too much, because I want you to be able to explore this game, but
Oh, tell me about stuff.
for at least the first 3 sites of grace, you want to beeline to them. So the second one is that church, which is also where you'll be able to buy your crafting kit and a torch. Very useful. And then follow the light to the very next site of grace, where you'll find your mat fragment for the area and your maiden, so you can level up and get your horse. And after that, I'm not holding your hand. You can explore this on your own.
Tarnished, are we? Come to the land.
I'll hold your
course
hand
you
in the
have.
combat mechanics.
No
and stuff.
shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless, without guidance.
They made this guy a
without the
lot
strength
nicer.
Of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
See, they changed that last line because in the network test, that last line was, go and die in a ditch somewhere. Oh, also, that little thing there, hit that. Get the item from it. There. So, that's your summoning tool thing. So instead of dropping a summon sign with that furled finger you found down there, you can just use that. Like, first, you just hit that thing, press triangle, and it'll activate the summon pool. Oh, that is actually a really useful one, because you use the crafting kit to turn those into heals for your horse. But yeah, with this, now, like, you just press triangle against one of those. They're in certain areas on the overworld map at the start of any dungeon. And then, if you bring up your menu by pressing the options button there, here, you'll see the multiplayer option. So from here, just pick the thing you want. You need to activate the summon pool before it's not grayed out, but you just put that on, and it'll just put you in a pool to be summoned as a helper for another world player if you want to use it.
And that
the item
means
you
that
need to
I'll
bring people
spawn
into your world.
somewhere here.
It maybe. Like, I've put my summon in the pool in, like, one dungeon and just gone off exploring and ended up being pulled into an entirely different dungeon.
Okay, so it's not. It has nothing to do with where I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Church right there is where your next bonfire point is. Actually, if you bring up your map now, they show the site of grace points even without you having the map fragment. It's touchpad.
Oh. Okay.
There. Like, it shows you the line of the way you want to go to follow the story path.
Okay.
Basically to the next point of grace, basically. Like I said, you want to follow that pretty much explicitly if you want your horse early.
Of course. I also don't want to die because of the big guy that's walking around there. I'm totally not cool enough to fight him.
Oh, but you've got your urgent heal.
I appreciate that. I'm not switching my
There you go,
shield
you're
for
safe.
Urgent heal in the middle of a fight. That's one of the things I'm worried about with the urgent heal.
Yes.
And he still looks like Santa Claus.
Yep, it's Merchant Santa. You definitely want to... I believe you have enough right now to get... Actually... Yeah, you hit the bonfire. Just activated or so. There is a consumable experience item actually just outside the door, just so you can use it to get all the stuff you need from him right now. It's the item right there, right there.
So do I use this?
Yeah, you can use that now because you're going to use it for shopping. Like, I'm just helping you get set up. Nope, go back. Just go down to that. Just use it. There's also that anvil that I will point out. It has a smithing stone on it, and if you want to upgrade your weapons, that's where you go, to one of those anvils.
I figured that. Okay, so how do I talk to this guy?
You're
That way.
Tani, and I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not
If you
purchase
see
it for something?
a huge mounted
I am
sentinel,
Tani,
absolutely do snack.
purveyor of fine goods.
Well, he's already dead in my game, the Jukashu, so I definitely do miss him. But the Jukashu tells you to smack that big tree sentinel's ass for me.
I'll work on it.
So, there are specific things you want to buy here. You want the crafting kit for 300 right there.
Okay, is this like a permanent?
Yes. That means you can craft items now. You want the torch.
Seeing was good.
And the 2 scrolls down at the bottom are paths that are giving you hints on where you can go for certain things. The Flask of Wondrous Physic I found in the network test because it was in a cave not far from here. It is a great item for, like, making weird potions that can heal you, damage enemies, everything. So it's a cool thing to find. That kind of gives you a vague description of where it is. And then the other one as well kind of lets you know that you'll find weird people if you follow the waypoints of the Sites of Grace. Other than that,
Oh, I
like...
don't have any money for the telescope.
Other than that, also, like, the 3 other scripts that he has there are cookbooks. Cookbooks allow you to be able to craft more items through the crafting menu. So if you now, like, if you press square on that menu, it'll actually give you a description of that item.
Nice
and
to
with
do
cookbooks,
business.
it'll tell you specifically what those cookbooks will let you craft.
Okay. Okay, can I just... Okay, stop talking. I need to go see something. In my equipment, do I have a bow?
No,
No, I
because
didn't
you
start
did
with
not
a bow.
start with a bow.
I have my casting thing as my backup. Okay.
Yep.
If
What
I'm
is
talking
it?
to him, so how about these daggers that he's got going on?
Oh, it's basically a consumable item, so you'd swap out your flat, like you'd put it in the same area where your flask is, and then just press square to use. They're nice for little distractions or as an attention getter, but don't expect them to do much damage.
All right, so they don't really kill people.
You can also craft them on the fly from items you find in the world.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a better idea. Okay, so if I use a smithing stone,
Strength and armament, and then if you wanted to upgrade those, you need the runes to do it as well. You're also short 1 smithing stone.
okay. But I didn't. Did I lose the smithing stone because I used it?
No, you didn't use it because you don't have enough souls or enough smithing stones to upgrade anything.
Okay. And then from here,
Follow the light.
I'm going to rest because I don't have to worry about other stuff coming up.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm just going to leave because that's the resting done.
Yep.
I don't want any time to pass. I'm good with it being day. I like seeing. All right. So now we are going to go back to our little menu world, and we said do this to do that. Okay, so
No.
it tells me we're still going that way.
No. You could actually see the light from the bonfire. It was pointing you actually in the exact opposite direction.
Oh, I was going that way. I was just like figuring out which.
Yeah. You want to go the way the light is going, basically.
Yeah, I was just gonna walk around because I saw walls,
Oh, I see, I see.
but then I saw cliffs, and I was just like, I don't want to jump down. Possibly. Acquire the materials.
Yep. Row of fruits are very useful, like I said, because you can use them to make crafting items or make things. Also useful, 2 Erdleaf flowers crafts the item that you need to be able to see other people's summon signs and bring help into your world.
Cool. And this is somebody else's message.
The rolling sheep. You'll love those sheep. They have figured out a faster way of running away by rolling.
Do I need to kill this guy?
Up to you.
He seems very unhappy with me right now. Okay. Yes or no, bro?
He seems
Make up your
confused
mind.
about you.
Oh no. Was that the heavy attack?
No, R2 is your heavy.
Oh, that was
parry.
too early. Come on, come on, come on, come
Should have healed, bro.
on. No, I
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
pee.
heal.
I'll be right back.
Don't want to heal. Let's learn. Let's learn.
One nice thing about your heals as well, Rethis, which they changed from this game. No longer is it that your heals only replenish when you visit a bonfire or site of grace. When you clear out an enemy mob, you get, depending on how big the mob was, anywhere between 1 to all of your heals back.
Okay, fair enough. So maybe I went paladin for no reason.
No.
Well, let's see. Okay, no, I definitely don't want to talk to you. Okay, so I was over here. There's Buddy, and I'm going to go kick your ass. Yes, you, me have a date. Ooh, that was a little choppy. Is this performance mode? That was really weird. Hey, hey, brother. No. I wasn't done with you. That's what I fucking wanted. Bitch. Give me back my souls. Or rings. Or whatever the fuck. Arigato gozaimasu. Alrighty then. No, I was supposed to be finding my way in a particular way, but I can't seem to remember where the fuck I was going. This is
Follow
the map.
the road.
Okay, I'm pointing the wrong way in the map.
Yep, follow that road.
There we go.
In fact, that obelisk there that it kind of was pointing to is where your map fragment is. And did I hear you land a successful parry while I was pissing?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
The Jew Kashu even complimented your parry. That was a very good parry, apparently.
I was kind of mad. No. I'm a dead or alive expert. I should know how to parry.
Yes, you should. There's the stake of Marika in case you die.
Okay.
And that big glowing obelisk is where you'll actually unveil your map. And that point of grace there is where you will get your horse and your ability to level up.
Okay.
From there on in, I am not leading you to any other destination. This map is yours to explore, and if you have questions about combat, I'm here for you, bro.
Well, I feel the need to walk up to this guy like a badass and hope that I can fucking kill him.
I am glad to hear it was a kosher parry. Very kosher. Oh! Oh, if you had gotten a bit closer, you would have been able to crit him.
Oh, that is fast. That is very, very unconventional. Look at him, please. Thank you.
This is why I usually default to the guard counters myself, because it opens them up instantly. Alright.
I got one more life before you.
Yes, you do. I was about to say, that was death number 2. Because we ain't counting the death to the intro boss, because that's a, unless you're a badass, you're supposed to die here. Death. So.
Alright, I'm in. You got me. You got me. Not only am I like, I bought it because it was like, it's excellent, it's beautiful. That
Also,
technically, it's wonderful.
Those glowing roots there, and that thing on your compass, is where you lost your runes. So once you pick that up, you'll get your runes back.
Oh yeah, no. I already, because I died once already. I already picked up my
Right. Well, I just wanted to also point out that it's always on your compass, so you can always find it. 'Cause the world's big, man.
I understand. Okay, come on. That took a lot of my stamina.
You're starting level. You don't have a lot of stamina at all.
Come on. Come on. Okay, when they do that thrust, that is really... Battle?
Yes.
Kind of. Okay, switch back to shield. Come on. Stay on target.
Like, I would just guard counter him. Like, get right up in his face so you can get to parry it. You got him. What am I talking about? What am I trying to...
Okay, fuck it.
Too slow, but...
That was the fastest it was going to be. That was the reaction time from it, because I hit the button just...
Weird. That's...
Wow.
Them. Maybe it took up too much of your stamina, I don't know. I do like the starting stats for this character, though, I will say. And I'm a huge fan of capes in these games, and this character starts with a great cape.
That's exciting. That was one of the attracting factors. I'm like, wait, has healing, has a sword, can kick ass, and has a cool cape? Done. Sold!
Marica is the Spanish word for that one gay slur that sounds like a British... I thought that was maricon.
What?
Technically, I can say that, because I'm gay, right? Is that how that works?
Okay, shield back up. That's right. That's the button to... See, the button... I would use the left trigger to actually block, as opposed to...
You should switch back to your other gear.
Sorry.
Alright.
Oh. That was awful. Please go pick up my souls, because I killed the guy.
I mean, the queen might have been a queen, but that's overkill. It might be the Jukashu. Alright. Let's see how I handle this.
See, that's really fucking
Oh,
cool looking.
that I've been staring at that loading screen all the time, being like, I need that.
Who's a good boy?
Alright, first off, well, Pup Twilight for one, me for second. Okay, let's fix what needs to be fixed here.
Okay, you should be able to go to defaults. Just hit triangle, go back to defaults.
Oh. What? Where?
Hit A.
Oh, defaults, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problems.
Oh, wait,
And
there's
then change
one.
the
Yeah, change the inversion. Where is the inversion? There it is. All right. Let's get this done. Oh, okay, I get it. Well, thank you very much for that bit of education. sneak snack. I'm a sneaky snack. Except when I'm jumping. Oh, hi! Oh! That just changed my stamina. Come on, try that again, buddy. I should get my souls back. What I should do. Ooh, we got the Godric Soldier Gauntlets. Where are they? There they are.
Also, stamina regen is super less punishing than it was in Dark Souls.
Yes, stamina regen is way less punishing than it was in Souls. You are totally right, Rethis. So, here, let me give you a quick demonstration of certain things. Backstab, badass. This guy's an asshole. Don't let him do that. That is the area's badass.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I might be coming back sooner than I thought, but I could just we're gonna have to. That was the wrong potion.
Yes. Here, why don't you check this out? That is how you guard it.
Okay, so you walk except for he's and you're going to you're gonna have to
I will. See, he's a badass, so he has way more posture.
Can you parry? Like,
I could, I just suck at parries.
Okay, so yeah, see that's the thing with Spear, he has weird timing on that.
But there's a thing with him. See, he does that. I can just circle him and just backstab fish.
Oh, I would do that. Yeah. I feel that. You saw me, you saw me going for that. Wait, you can critical even while they don't understand it. Like, oh, mwah, mwah. Sucker, bro. Healing for the win.
Yep, here.
I'll be right back. I need to smoke. That was sexy, and I love it, and I need a cigarette.
Hang on a sec. Just wait for it. Because we gotta show you at least. For when you play your game, when you get home on your Xbox.
Oh, I'm totally down with this character.
Yeah, right here. Now,
Got the map.
that is what you have so far. The map is actually going to encompass all of the black once you fully have it too. It's a big map.
That's fair.
But that's what you got so far. You can see those are all the sites of grace you hit. Whenever you find a cave or a dungeon, it'll also appear on your map. But other than that, the only other waypoints you get are the ones you set yourself with your own markers.
Somebody online was complaining, like, you know what, the maps are getting, like, they're way too big. And somebody pointed out, the map for Daggerfall
Was randomly generated and annoying as shit.
and the map for Elder Scrolls Arena
Yeah.
was the entirety of Syria. It wasn't one section of Syria.
Great sword.
Sweet. Is that random?
No.
Okay, so you always get it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. It'd be nice to actually have a couple. Are chests randomized ever, or no?
No.
Well, that's good and bad because FAQs make a return.
There's a meme, I think. We just got. Ah, I see. Alright, so.
But the map is smaller than I expected.
Oh, no, that's just a piece of the map. That, like.
That's in the black. Okay. Like this whole thing that we're looking at, that's just a small
Like-
piece of the entire world map.
Yeah, this is what we had open in the network test, and in the network test, that and that were blocked off. So we really only had like this
Yeah, I
and
remember
half
that.
of Stormvale Castle, and they had 14, and there are 14 bosses in that area alone.
Right. I fully understand that, but like I am actually expecting, with how much time George R. R. Martin was on this project and not writing Game of Thrones, I expected the map to be a little bit bigger. But as you said, I don't really understand the whole scope of the map. Okay,
No, you don't understand the whole scope of the map yet. Trust me. But yeah, let's do this, and then you can go for your smoke, and I'll just ride around on the horse and have fun killing not bosses until you get back, because I want you to be able to kill some bosses.
Or is that supposed to be?
That's supposed to be like that.
I would have chosen a different animation for that.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
So you look exactly like me? What?
I offer you an accord.
She does.
Have you
Do they
heard
all
of
look
the
exactly
Finger
like you, or-
Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering
pretty close
guidance
to you.
and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength.
So she'll
to
level
aid
you up.
in your search for the Elden Ring.
Interesting
You
to
need
she
only
said I
take
can
me with
play
you
the role of maiden.
To the
Not
foot
I
of
can
the
be the
Erd
maiden,
Tree.
or I can be the maiden.
And she wants you to take her to the foot of the Erd Tree.
Has anybody ever refused?
Let's see what happens. I haven't yet.
I understand. I'm asking you to put faith in but a stranger. Yet I'm certain that we can reach an understanding. Summon me by grace, if you should reconsider.
Ah.
So you won't level up until...
So I guess if we stand back up and sit back down. Yeah, talk to Melina.
Have you reconsidered my offer?
Well, I'm kind of hostage.
Yeah, at this point you kind of are.
Then it's settled.
Got an offer
Summon me
that
by grace
you can't
to
refuse, huh?
turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
There we go.
Use it to traverse great distances.
Give me my elk. I'm gonna
It will
call it an
summon
elk
a
from now on.
spectral steed
You do that.
named Torrent.
It moves
Torrent
literally
has chosen
like,
you.
what's the
Like
name?
the red elk from Princess
Treat
Mononoke.
him with
Yeah,
respect.
Yaku.
Yaku, yeah.
There we go. So now you can level
Shall
up
I
if you
turn
want.
your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment. Share
Why
them
did you say
with me.
take my hand?
Your thoughts.
Because it's George R. R. Martin.
Your ambitions.
Yeah, he's...
The principles you would follow.
So you have one level. Where do you want to put it?
Currently, you're leveling during your version of it. You level how you want to. When I'm leveling when I want to, I'll pick whatever. That's how we're gonna work.
All right. Then for now, I'm gonna put one more point into vigor because I like having hit points.
Hit points is good. Hit points is awesome.
Yes, she gave us a ring to download torrents. There.
Isn't torrenting dead?
No. Not at all. All right. So, at this point, I think both Rethis and I are going to take 5 real quick. And then when we come back, we will be having a lot more fun. I'm just going to leave the stream on here for a bit. So yeah, this is a great time to go make yourself some food, grab a snack or anything. Both of us will be back in about 5 minutes. Hey guys, I am back. Rethis is just finishing up a smoke. He will be back momentarily. While we're waiting for him, I'm just going to have some fun clearing out this encampment. Also, switch this up. You want that there. Okay. On we continue. This time we're going to clear this place out in full. Alright, it's nighttime, so the bats are out. And a tumbleweed. Come here, bats. Oof. Oof. Oh my god. Well, Rethis isn't around, so I'll just hand the controller back to him when he gets back. Stake of Marika is closer. Here we are. You know what, actually? Let's have some fun here. I'm playing happily, audio boy. Gonna go fight me this guy on horseback. Killing time waiting for my cohort. Actually, while we're here, there. Now let's clear this camp out properly. No, you don't have a cooldown to summon Torrent, actually, the Jukishu. You can de-summon him and resummon him, like, immediately. Range is a thing! Longsworn's bolts. Actually, you know what? Since I died, Rethis, I'm just going to run back up to this site of grace because I got you another level.
No. Keep going for a little bit.
Oh, you want me to keep going for a little bit? Alright. Also, we've come up with a plan for continuing on. We are going to play Elden Ring for a little bit longer, but as I mentioned earlier in the stream, Rethis gave me the option, the ability to pick up Sifu. Both of us really want to check Sifu out, so when we are going to wrap up Elden Ring, probably in about an hour or two, maybe an hour or so, and then set Sifu to download, and we'll be streaming Sifu together tonight as well.
15, 20 minutes?
Gonna want a bit more than that.
Oh, we're going to do 15, 20 minutes because I'm supposed to feed my brother.
Oh, I see, I see. Well, we'll see what we can do then. You know what? This character needs a little bit more stamina.
If this was play anywhere, multi-console, that I could just pull my character.
Oh, I would go through the entire game with you if we were both, if I could play with you on your Series X and me on my PS5. Like, no joke, I would just be like, this is where I'm at. Let's set a network password. Because that's actually, if you have friends on your Series X who you do want to play with, that's one nice thing you can always do. If you go into System and Network, you can set up all that, send, summon, sign, disable or enable voice chats, display player name. I always keep the character name, but launch settings, data usage, agreement. Where is the launch settings? Play online, play offline. Because there used to be a perform matchmaking. Huh. There was a password option. Oh well. It doesn't seem to be here anymore. Never mind.
Oh my god. Oh, you bought it on PlayStation and there's nothing I can do about it.
Oh. Rethis, you also need to lean a bit closer to the mic when you're talking, according to the boy.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I was sort of lounging back, so,
You again. Oh dear.
I'm gonna get huggy with Chris, that way I make sure that I'm speaking into the mic properly.
Yes, get huggy with your bear. Oh god! That time I was not so successful.
You gotta hold on that for a second. I'm checking something. Okay, so Elden Ring is cross-play between Xbox and PC.
Oh, that's cool.
But you have to be doing it through the Xbox app
Oh.
on PC.
Ooh. Annoying restriction.
When I'm holding the controller. That makes sense, right? The link.
Yeah.
In the screen, yeah.
All right. No, shut up. Oh, hi. Oh dear. In the immortal words of King Arthur, run away!
I am wrong. According to a different article I just read, no, it's all platform dependent.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, that was another cool tip. If you see any, like, you'll see skulls all over the overworld. If you see human skulls with glowing eyes, break them. They always drop a consumable runes.
Cool.
Also, there is this thing over here, which allows you to get a bird's eye view of the land. So you can kind of see certain things about it. That's where we started, that statue right there.
We've come a long way.
Yep. And then you've got like a bunch of mini Erd trees in the back. I'm wondering if all of those delineate where like big boss fights are. And then the main Erd tree right there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was just like, wait, oh fuck, wow.
Yeah, no, it's there. It's such a great frigging spectacle.
Yep.
Oh, and be careful with those torch-wielding motherfuckers. They will wreck your day on a horse. So as you can see, you can use the two bumpers to attack on either your right or left side. That took me so long on the timing because it's actually the upswing that you want to be next to them on. not the down. And that can also be charged.
Because that's the massive damage. I feel you. I feel you.
Ooh, scarab. So these replace what normally was called crystal lizards. So with a scarab... Fuck you, come back!
What is a crystal lizard? Can you please explain?
Gives you a useful item. In this case, he just gave us the Ash of War Determination, which was the ash of the weapon art that was on the spear and with the enchantment started as. So we now have that. Like, use it, and your next hit does X amount double damage.
You're not a fighting game.
No, not usually.
You're not using that back step, distance, and length.
No, I stay in their face. But yes, so I've set Torrent, so you hold triangle, and instead of like going to two-hand your weapon, press up on the D-pad. To dismiss him,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
To dismiss him, you press L3, and then you can summon him right away. There you go.
And I'm back, and now I'm riding a horse.
Have a good one, the Jukashu. Enjoy your dinner.
No, I'm not riding a horse yet, because that camera thing. I'm sorry, sir.
No worries.
I don't
there
understand
it
you
is.
Understanding it. That's.
Do you want to reset your buttons the way you had them before too, or are you fine with your attack being on right bumper for now?
I'm gonna go with my attack being okay there.
All right, cool.
Because, as I said, I want to put this as a limited thing. I
Yep.
do really want to try Sifu. We're going to try doing this more often, guys, but I can't promise you that because
Our schedules.
Issues.
School, work, family life. Huh? How do you what?
Get off the horse.
Oh, click the
Stop
left stick.
that. Click the left stick.
You don't need to get off the horse to pick up items, by the way.
Oh, it didn't give me the option while I was riding on the horse.
Oh, yeah, no, it always gives you the option when you're on the horse. You just might not have been standing at a right angle or something.
Okay, so you said push up.
Hold triangle and push up.
Oh.
So you bring that item up and that ring that's on there.
This is something I'm actually intending on programming in my game, to use the buttons. Actually, my intention is to use the D-pad and the buttons, but I can understand like not doing that because the thumbstick, you need to be using that all the time. So I'm still working on that, and this is a very intelligent way to do that. That's very, very smart of them. From a program.
Actually, to get to that menu to do things with it, oh, you're gonna want to kill the guy there first, anyway.
There's a guy on a horse that's up here.
That's who I mean, because eventually, if you're in your menu, there's no pause in this game. If you went into your menu and he came walking by,
that was not what was supposed to happen in any particular way. Ow!
That's justification for murder.
Yep. And you definitely want to lock on to whoever you're attacking with the horse, which is the right stick again.
Okay, that means I want you to get away from him, because... Did you just lock on somebody else?
Oh, you can switch that by, like, using left and right, like, you know, just how all lock-ons work.
That's right.
Right.
I changed the button.
Yes, which is why you're now out of health.
Fuck.
I feel that was my fault on you.
Okay, wait. R1 is supposed to be attack, right?
Right bumper, left bumper, right trigger.
But he didn't do anything.
You should have.
That was weird. Get him on the horse, and
Yeah.
there you go. It's
There.
working now.
On the right, and then L1 on the left. And then, if you want to do that charge.
What was...
Oh, that's a bunch of archers, man. And the giant that just dropped down.
Okay, how about I not do that? Because I'm not ready for that yet. I don't feel that. Except for I'm more Malik. Okay, I have to learn how to use the fucking horse.
Yeah.
Alright.
Here, why don't you go riding into the forest or just down the path?
Ow. I'll so that wasn't that out. But I just spam him.
You totally spammed him, and that is okay.
Okay. Now you said I should do a 1 the up.
So if you're using the heavy attack, the one on the right trigger, you like what you're looking for is the upswing, because when he swings down, that's not an attack. It's when you swing
I
up.
see why you never want that guy to be able to do that.
Yep, he summons everybody. You're lucky that the 3 wolves that they have in this camp also didn't come to you.
Yeah, that's a lot of dudes.
Yeah,
that's
you don't want the
fuckload of
horn to
dudes.
sound. It's a bad day. That is so creepy looking and so cool.
Okay, give me my horse. The thing is that from conventional button controls, I can totally understand people not understanding.
Your horse is taking more damage than you are.
Come on, come on.
Remember,
Right,
if you're
right,
not
right.
hitting on the right side, then
Okay, fuck that. So you died after I got off the horse? Whatever.
totally backstab and just walk her right. Oh, no.
Remind me. Oh, well, too bad.
Oh, to backstab, you just, like, if you're crouched, you can sneak up much easier.
Oh, that was. I expected that to parry, and I didn't expect that to happen.
This is why I just stick to guard counters.
Oh my god. It's because I'm so used to having square as, I've used all my potions. And I
Yep.
shouldn't have done that.
Well, remember, the guard counter is on the right trigger, not the left. You basically just follow up with it immediately. Or you just kill him outright by R1 spamming. Great.
I like combos.
Yeah, combos are fun. I think you interrupted him?
I hope so.
No.
Nope. Alright. Fine. Oh, wait. No, don't come behind me, you son of a bitch. No, stop trying to trick him.
Alright. You know what?
No. The buttons, when I play on my Xbox,
Are gonna be square.
totally different. I'm gonna map everything entirely differently. They should have a I play action games controller set. Because this shit have been being on R1. I use R1 and R2 for fucking shooters. I don't use it for fucking adventure games. What is that nonsense?
The standard for all Souls games since 2009?
Probably why I had trouble playing Souls to begin with.
Maybe.
You gotta change. No. Before you fight him, don't fight him without changing your look.
I stay locked on at this point. Camera access is fine.
You say so. See, folks, this is where you can see the skill. The dodge, the pass buttons.
Ow! Yes, I did. Oh! Woo!
Get on your horse, man. Get on
That's what I was trying to do.
the horse. See, me.
Obviously, I need more beer. For all who's watched some of my previous streams, y'all know I'm better than that. That was me being trash.
Am I really gonna fight these guys again?
You can just run right through them, head onto the lake, and try fighting a dragon instead.
Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, I'd love to see you try and fight a Geel.
Alright, that's gonna be terrible, and I'm going to die terribly, but...
Yep, it's still gonna be fun. I might even try to fight a Geel. We'll see. Anyway, the lake is to your right.
That is bad loading. There's some bad loading.
Yeah.
going
Oh,
on
there's some draw in this game. There's quite a bit of it, but it's doing a lot.
I know it's doing a lot. I understand that, but
It's nowhere near where Skyrim was, or where Skyrim or Cyberpunk 2077 was at their launches.
At their launches. You're right. I can't fault that. Where am I going for this dragon?
Right down there.
Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Dragon. I would like to beat you.
Yep. Go to that island there. You might find a surprise.
Do I want to kill these guys and like do this bonfire first?
I think that just answers your question.
Wait, you can't attack his wings? That's bullshit. His wings are his weakest point.
Actually, his head is his weakest point.
No. It's a dragon. Wings are the weakest point because it's the least dense of all of them.
Remember to lock on. And you can also, like, use the lock-on to switch between torso, legs, and head, which is really nice.
Right, I'm just gonna smack him a bunch, and... Oh, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super sexy. Go!
Oh, I should have put fucking... Because I did craft us a bunch of horse heals, but I didn't put them on the item.
That hurt a lot. Like, a lot. Like, no fucking around. That was a lot. And I couldn't get my horse.
No, because it was dead.
Oh, okay, so...
You can resurrect your horse if it dies at the cost of one of your healing flasks.
I see. So my horse actually took all the damage and I took none of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poor horsey.
Poor Torrent.
So sorry.
I thought we agreed. You said you were gonna refer to it as an elk. Anyway. There we go. So those Roa raisins, equip them there. So now we can cycle to them, and then when you're riding around on your horse, you can feed those to him. And in fact, since we've been picking up so much Roa root, and you'll see if we go into item crafting, it only costs 1 Roa fruit to make the raisins to heal the horse with. And you can hold a maximum of 30.
Awesome.
Oh, right. Inverted camera. I'm just gonna learn to deal with it until like I'm back to playing solo, and then I'll switch it back. I could have done the same thing with the buttons, honestly. I was a dick.
I think that you actually have ability to save whatever your particular configuration is, and we could just load it in.
That would be ideal.
Okay, we're here. Check it out. Before you go fight back. Oh no, too late.
First things first, I wanna...
Shank.
Hi! See, this is what I like about these guys. Again, see, I did no damage to him, but his horse.
Ah, you're right. I see.
And if I can get this right...
He's trying to make us dodge with a horse.
He's running.
Run, boy!
Oh fuck, I'm out of stamina. That's why the R1 wasn't working.
Ah, I think that happened to me earlier.
Oh, if you can get off your horse and get him fast enough when he's still on the ground, you can
Just
crit
like
him and
stab him through the head. Yeah.
Exactly.
Super nice. outside of George R. R. Martin's role and whatever he did, which I still don't.
He
see
did the
his
boss lore.
effects.
Like, if you're talking, like, he basically wrote the kind of lore and mythos behind the bosses, kind of more as like rough notes, and some of the character lore, and Hidetaka Miyazaki the rest.
Well, okay, so that means that George R. R. Martin is fucking fired from writing because how many years? Oh wow! You made a Cliff's Notes. Here's the bosses for you.
All right, Agil.
You're really swinging at his head.
Yes.
Except you're I don't know what wind that you managed to hit, but you apparently you managed. I didn't see you hit him once.
I just like it.
Okay. Because it looked like you were just waving his sword in his head. Really, hitting his head is so much more worth it than hitting his leg?
Yes, pretty much. Oh boy! That is so cool. There, I hit his wing.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
It should hurt him a lot. I guess maybe it's an appendage, maybe. But it depends on how it sounds.
Oh, he tail slammed me.
Did he just take all your life in one hit?
Tail slam, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Alright, one more and then Sifu.
All right, we'll make this the last hurrah.
I'm gonna go kill those guys. Oh, am I gonna kill those guys? No, I'm going to go fight the dragon. Okay. Cool. There's some frame rate drops.
Oh yeah, there are definitely frame rate drops.
Like,
I also have this game
noticeable.
optimizing, like set to optimize graphic quality, not performance.
Okay, regen stamina, cool, yes. Rar.
Also remember, your horse has a double jump. Not really useful in this stuff, but your horse has a double jump.
I gotta stop swinging in the air.
Go Van Go!
What are you doing with that shield?
You want to switch back to your health and heal yourself. Is it down on the D-pad? Switch back to the flask.
Take a sword.
Down. There. Now you can heal.
Remind me how to heal again.
Square.
Thank you.
Oh, go to his flank. That's like your main punish opportunity. Fire. Stuck on that animation.
I'm gonna focus on legs.
Yeah. That tail. You can actually jump the tail with the horse if you want watch for the fell.
Oh, that would be a good move.
Yeah.
That would be a good move. All right, all right. Trust me, Dragon, I'm coming for you.
Oh,
Just with an Xbox controller
Okay.
where I've got more buttons.
I'm going to be really nice and try and show you something for the last run of mine. First off, though, I need to fix this.
All right. What is it? You're showing me a secret?
Well, when you
Not
kill
so
a
secret.
keel, it gives you an item called a dragon heart.
There's a skull there.
Yes, I know. But I'm going to show you what to do with the dragon heart.
That Princess Mononoke feel.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the elf was the unsung hero of that movie.
Oh, yeah. And you will understand what I mean when I say that the sheep roll out of your way, and it's awesome. You're also going to see a couple of really neat looking enemies. One, there's another giant. Get him to half health and he'll pull his sword on his back. Two, the land octopus. If you can hit them right in the beak, you can instantly stagger them, but they are a tough foe. Also, before we get to the thing, this right here is another one of those scarabs. You'll find them kind of like this. They all follow a specific path, and you just have to. Well, I missed him.
That's what that light is.
Yes. You hit him, and he will drop you a new Ash of War.
Cool. And remind me again, Ash of War is what? Special
Ashes of
moves?
War are, yeah, your special moves.
Okay, yeah.
Hey. Yeah, I gotta do it properly, I'm sorry. So the way this might have worked, you can of course find this place on your own. Mm-hmm. But, and this is also a complaint that a lot of people have with the game, I don't know what your take on this will be, but side quests are not trackable in any way unless you feel like writing it down yourself.
Oh, fuck. That's terrible.
It's very Souls. But, for instance, there's this guy.
Imagine that I actually work a real job and I'm in school and...
Me too.
My girlfriend does deserve some kind of attention. So, yeah, I'm
Where
not
is
going
he?
to remember shit when I get back to the game. When I finally get back to the game. Like, you make a big game, you should have your shit in order and fucking remind me what the fuck I last did.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
I have seen this somewhere. Yes, I have
What'd
seen
you
this
go
somewhere.
and do that for? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave.
Welcome
told
back
not
to
to
Duke
come
Kashu.
back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree.
Now, why
Lucky
in
you came along,
particular
really.
is this guy important to...
What I was doing?
Yeah. Like, no,
What a
what does he give
shame.
you that you're going to follow his
When
quest?
they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned.
Gives you
So
the
this is
ability
all
to
I
alter
have
your
to
armor.
express my thanks.
Oh,
I
that's nice.
hope you can forgive me.
And he gives us mushrooms.
Well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
Now, the cave he is talking about is
Right.
the one I was going to. Cave by the Cove.
I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself.
So you go in the cave and you murder them, and then he can
My knees
do his thing.
start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
So, in order to speed things along a little bit, we're just gonna...
You have some nice fast travel points that make things.
Any site of grace is where you can fast travel to.
Yeah.
Fast travel.
This way, Tarnished.
Oh yeah, she
May I have a
appears here
will?
at night. After you find Melina the first time.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee, by Torrent's former master.
That allows you to use the spirit summons that you can get.
Okay, so that allows you to have your army.
Yeah. And she gives you the lone wolf ashes.
Which
So-
reminds me very much
Calling
of
forth
Warframe, because
spirits.
in Warframe,
Summon
as
them
you
with
get
it.
like further into the game,
From ash
it's a
and
really
return
neat
to the
feature.
earth
If you
tree.
don't, like if you're
The
not
spirits will obey
paying
thy
for stuff
command but
in the
briefly,
game,
as they recall battles past.
you
Now it is
call
thine
either a version of yourself
to do with
or
as thou
a standard
wishest.
minion set. So
Yep. So what I usually like to do, because this is where you can assign your 4 D-pad buttons, like when you hold triangle. So we have up for Torrent. So I'm going to set these wolves to right. Now you can't summon them everywhere. There are certain places where you'll pass a gravestone. Since you can't always see it, a little mark will appear on the left-hand side of your screen that looks like a gravestone.
Okay.
That lets you know you can summon these guys. You
Okay.
can pretty much do that in almost all dungeons, most places on the open world.
Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the 2 fingers?
Shiku. Alright, now that we've done that,
you still want to do smoke some.
oh yeah. So yeah, basically after, like, this you can do at any time, but like, to show you where, like, I'm just gonna cheat, give you one last little spoiler, show you where to go once you kill a heel. Where you want to go.
So if you're dragging hard, you might be down solid.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
In
solo
short,
dragon
where you want to go is that island there.
hard.
But you can't swim. Now, most mini dungeons, when you enter them and you kill the boss, there's a thing that appears at the boss gate that allows you to warp right back to the entrance, so you don't have to trek through an empty cavern again.
Don't use it.
Not always. Like, this is
No,
what...
no, no. I mean this particular.
For
cave.
this particular cave, yes. Don't use it. I wonder if they have red eyes for their night, just because it's night.
Aren't they supposed to be more powerful at night?
There might be. There's also different enemy placements. Like that bridge where you fought the horseback rider, there's actually a boss there if you fight it. Go there at night. And, like, right outside the place where we got our map fragment, there's another merchant there, by the way.
Not Santa this time.
Well, he's not red, but yeah, same group as the Santa merchant. There's a specific reason I'm coming here. Also, I'm not going to use it, but if you jump while riding the horse there, it'll just launch you right up to the top of the cliff. So it's a great way to get around. Now, here's something you should know about slimes, which is very standard. What can you tell me? What do we all know about slimes?
You need heat and you can solidify. Make
Versus, if I hit it with my sword,
nothing. Well, you do a bit of it, but they at least give you damage damage. They don't just give you like.
yeah. But the main reason I came here
You should heal yourself as you have the option. I didn't mean to do it that way, but sure.
That was a charged L2 with the torch. L1 just raises the torch.
Technically, you're doing dual wielding there. That's an interesting point.
So, skellies. When you kill them, they do that. Hit them while they're glowing, otherwise they will resurrect.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah.
Now with that learned. But
and
yeah,
then the full tutorial, folks.
yeah,
Full
but
tutorial.
yes, whenever you see those, just jump with your horse and it'll take you literally up to where that like ridged platform is.
Why does it look like there's an arrow in you?
Like, yeah, it'll bounce you like to that one, and then that one will take you the rest of the way. Just because I also kind of want to remind myself before we go in that cave. What do you have for sale? All right, you can usually find
What do you
smoldering
need?
butterflies around
I
any
don't
fire.
want any trouble.
What does the smoldering butterfly do?
Crafting materials.
Do this stuff.
Oh. Land squirts, information on that, and then he has information on stone digger trolls. And then his cookbook is the armorer's cookbook, which will teach you how to craft all of those type of arrows and neutralizing boluses, whatever
That
that
looks
is.
really, really good.
By the way, if you are using an archer, there is a sleep arrow that you can get that is deadly. It works even on bosses. You put them to sleep, and then you can instant critical them.
Good times. Good times. They'll fix that.
I don't know, because that's how it worked in the network test, and they may have already fixed it. But yes, this will also exemplify why I said the torch that you can get from Merchant Santa is essential. Because, hey, Bach.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
This game is sexy.
Oh, yes. See how
And now
fucking
you
dark
can't
that is?
see nothing. Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna kind of try and rush this area, but also like all the mini dungeons in this crate that I've found, with the exception of the mine by Akil, are short. Like the boss is right through that door. I actually wish I had another straight sword so I could show you what the dual wielding is. Actually, like I could just load up my other character and show you what
It's okay. There is something that Discovery is really great for. It's one of those things is like
One of those things is not storytelling if we're talking about Star Trek Discovery.
That's some cool shit.
Okay, so this is an interesting boss. You'll see for many reasons. One, he's got a mob with him. Two, there's a second big one.
Does he generate a second? Does he generate more mobs after you kill the mob?
No. But as you can see, there are actually two big ones, and the two big ones are both the boss.
Yes. Tasty. Seen that before, but
Yeah, it's one of those classic tricks.
in open world games, it actually happened. It started to happen because of open world.
See that? Guard countered twice, broke his posture. Look at that damage.
I hear you. I hear you. It does me that sound so that it helps you.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Whole bunch of crafting mats. What, the backstab?
Up the bunghole!
Hey, man. Giving them a bladed colonoscopy is something very special.
Look, somebody put a camera up there is not happy. So, obviously. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
The wolves stun.
Yes, they do.
That's super sweet.
Tailoring tools. And the sewing needle we give to Bach back at the entrance.
Very nice.
So yes, this is the thing right here that you'll find at most dungeons after you kill the boss. Return to entrance.
But don't
This
do that.
dungeon, as you notice, there's a cave.
Well, you don't walk away without exploring the other room that's just sitting there looking at you to the left and you're like, hey, what's up?
Yep.
There's a... I know you're telling me to go back, but...
Oh, I definitely did him solid. Solid with a blade in his ass, the Jukishu. Hi. How are you?
I'm sorry, you told me.
Yes, you rage. I will kill you. I want that sword that guy had. That looked cool.
The Toll War?
Yeah.
It's a good sword. What other people say, great scimitar.
See?
Not a great scimitar. It's just it's called Toll War.
Now we are up on this island here. So when you finally kill a Gil, you come here. Kill yourself some sheep. See, he rolls away.
Why is he... What the...
Because these sheep just learned that rolling is faster than walking.
That's a full on what the fuck.
It's great. It's great. I love it.
That took time programming.
Oh my god, those guys aren't here during the day. See, certain enemies show up only at night in certain areas. For instance, ghost jellies.
And
You can actually get one of those as a summon.
And you need him because...
Well, he's a fun summon to have.
Oh, okay. I thought, like, if you kill him, he gives you something.
No, I found it somewhere else, but that was in the network test, so it may not even be in the same spot. I think at this point, it is time to put a point into faith. Why not round that faith out?
Dude, for you, faith is useless. You don't use it at all.
Until you start getting other magic. But
Yeah,
you
fair enough,
bring
fair enough.
the dragon heart here, and it will give you some badass spells.
Sorcerer or faith?
Pyromancies can generally be good for both, but they generally tend to require more int than faith. Lightning spells, however, are always heavy faith.
Ooh, I'm a big fan of that, even though that's totally broken and it should not happen.
Lightning has always been kind of faith-spected in Souls games.
Don't give me both healing and lightning at the same time. Don't do that. That's a bad move.
But yes, anyway, since you do also need to feed your brother, we are going to take a pause here and start downloading and setting up for Sifu. We will probably be back in about a half hour or so, and we'll check that out together. So please, join us for that, and thank you again for everyone who tuned in to catch this live. We appreciate having you all out of here. Shout outs, of course, go to the Jew Kashu, Twilight Pup, Audio Boy, and Munz Jaffrey for sounding off in the chat, having a talk with us. From Rethis, myself, and our lovely heroine, Veronique here, we bow to you for all of your support.
Cheers, y'all.
See you in a little bit for Sifu. Bye-bye!
Good night.